Well, boys, it has finally happened. After long awaiting, the Mario movie is finally upon us, and I have taken the liberty of watching it, just like I'm sure a lot of you guys have already watched it. And this movie, I'm just gonna get right into it, fucking slaps. This movie is absolutely goated. This movie is at the top of everything. And at the time I'm recording this video, it is currently April... what day is it? April 10th. So the movie hasn't even been out for a week. And I have already seen the movie. I actually went to go see the movie on April 8th. So this is my review 2 days after seeing it. And let me tell you guys, I don't think I have ever been more excited for the release of a movie. I think the main reason I'm so excited for this release is because I've grown up with so much Nintendo and Mario that it's so cool to finally see my favorite video game characters brought to the big screen in an actually good way. Because despite the cast, despite Chris Pratt getting a lot of flack for his voice acting in this movie, I still think it went down pretty well. This movie is not supposed to be canon to the games, although it kind of is, and it has some references in the games. But this movie is supposed to be basically an interpretation of if Mario was put in our world, as you guys can tell, because, you know, they're plumbers that work in this real world. Now, I'm going to try to get through this review without revealing any spoilers, but let's just say Nintendo don't play around with their references. There are so many Nintendo and Mario references in this game that, even to this day, 2 days later, I am still learning about some that I didn't pick up in the movies. And I picked up quite a bit when I watched this movie.
Okay, I just made the greatest discovery as I'm editing this video. I'm sorry to interrupt it so early, but this is yet another Easter egg that I found out. So, as you guys can see, I'm on TikTok, trying to, look for more, secrets in the Mario movie. There's a number in the Super Mario Bros. Plumbing advertisement. And this guy on TikTok said that he called it, and it actually answers. So I went through and tried, I'm not going to reveal anything, so I tried to dial the number myself, and I did. And this is the number, I don't know if you guys can see it, let me try to focus up the camera. So the number is 92955 Mario, which is 55, and then you spell out the word Mario. And then you call it, and you guys have to listen to this. I'm literally going to film my reaction, because I just called it not more than a minute ago, and I was geeking the fuck out. All right, so we're going to hit call, speaker. It goes to New York.
Thank you for calling Super Mario Brothers Plumbing. It's for me, Luigi. If you need service, please text us at the same number you just called, 92955 Mario. That's 929-556-2746. Message us about any issues wherever you live. House, condo, mansion. And
This
we'll
is
be sure
so
to text you
cool.
back right away, because it's Super Mario Brothers Plumbing. We don't say let's wait. We say let's go. Oh, and check our website, smbplumbing.com.
Super Mario
We're
Bros.
working on
Plumbing.
it, so more updates to come. Bye-bye.
Bye, Luigi. I was beyond ecstatic to find out it's a real number. And apparently, if you text this number, they give you a free code for a free Mario movie ticket. So for those of you that haven't seen it yet, I recommend trying to text that number. I really do.
And this movie has become such a box office success that it has officially topped Frozen 2 in successful box office release dates. This movie hasn't even been out for a week, and it has already topped Frozen 2 as the best box office success. It has gone so well for Nintendo and Illumination, the company that made the movie. It's amazing, and for many, many reasons. First of all, the animation is just absolutely beautiful. The references, everyone that grew up with Mario will understand. All the villains, all the little side enemies, the Mushroom Kingdom. It's so cool. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, you all can't forget the magical song that I'm sure we've all heard of by now. Written originally by Jack Black, Peaches.
1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh, peaches, peaches.
That is right. Jack Black as Bowser performs an original song in this movie where he talks about wanting to make Peach his very own. And it's honestly very cute. It's honestly such a cute song. What I personally liked about Bowser in this movie is that he's not this like scary villain the entire movie. He's a big goofball at times. And I kind of like that. I like that trope in villains where they're not given like such a serious villain role. They're kind of goofy at times. They're not focused on being a big baddie 99% of the time. They're just kind of doing their own thing for some of the movie. And they're also, being a big goofball. When have you ever heard Bowser sing? You haven't. Exactly. And I just think it's a really creative thing for them to do, throwing a little musical number in here. Originally composed by Jack Black. It's so cool. And also, I just want to point out, fuck what Rotten Tomatoes has to say. Do not trust anything on Rotten Tomatoes. As it currently stands, this movie has a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 57%! I don't know what fucking movie these critics were watching, but it sure as hell was not the Mario movie. But I am super glad to see that the audience rating is at a 96% because it 100% deserves that 96% rating because let me tell you, this movie fucking slaps. It is such a good movie, and no spoilers, but all I gotta say is Peach is kind of the hero of this movie, and it's a very good, empowering message for women because, Peach is a girl, and usually she's the damsel in distress, but in this movie, she is she's the hero. She's the main hero. And yes, Mario plays the hero role as well. Peach just has to teach him how to be the hero in this movie. And it's such a good, positive message for empowering women without shaming men, which is something I feel like Hollywood struggles with doing nowadays. They empower women by making them shame men. And that's just not a very healthy way to go about something like that, which is what I like about this movie. It empowers women in a healthy way. And like I was previously saying, fuck whatever Rotten Tomatoes has to say, because the same people that gave this movie 57% is also the same review company that gave Cuties, a movie that is quite literally child porn, an 87%. Yeah, that's right. Your eyes were not deceiving you. A movie about literal child porn was given an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes, which thankfully has an audience score of about 15%. But again, I don't know what fucking movie these critics are watching, but it sure as hell can't be the movies that we're watching. But all around, I just gotta say, seeing my favorite video game references come to life, especially Mario Bros. Wii, was super humbling. I don't think I have ever seen a movie, like, first of all, this beautiful, and second of all, this movie genuinely started making me tear up when I started seeing these, like, villains and little cameos from all these, like, little enemies that you see wandering around all the time. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see these, like, and it was brought to life in such a beautiful way. And I know they've tried to make a Mario movie in the past. They've tried to make a Mario Bros. Show. But, first of all, those were live action, so didn't really go down very well. And they just didn't encapsulate what brought Mario to life. This movie did. It had all the details. It had all the references. And it had all the background music. It was beautiful. Yes, the score of this movie is literally all the Mario music that we've ever heard. It's quite awesome. And I'd also like to point out the elephant in the room, the Mario Kart scene. The Mario Kart scene was probably the most epic depiction of Mario Kart I think I've ever seen in my life. What I liked about it most is that it wasn't an actual race. They didn't actually race each other. It was literally just them traveling. They were traveling, and then they just happened to encounter Bowser and his Koopas. That's all I'm going to say. Again, no spoilers for those who haven't seen it yet, but the movie's already been out for about 6 days, so you should probably go and see it. But if I were to give this movie an overall rating, in my opinion, I would give it an easy 9 out of 10. My one gripe about this movie, this is my one and only gripe about this movie, it could have been longer. I personally feel like it could have been longer. A movie this beautiful and a movie that has so much story to tell, personally, in my opinion, could have been about 2 hours. But I am aware that kids have short attention spans. This is a kid's movie, and an hour and a half is usually a kid's limit for a movie. Most kids will not sit through a 3-hour-long movie. Most kids will get feisty and start squirming around and screaming and all that shit. And I know that they wanted to try to keep that, attention span contained within an hour and a half, and that they did very successfully. I just wish the movie was longer for my sake, because, oh my god, I could have sat there and watched it for hours. And I actually want to go back and watch it one more time before they remove it from theaters. However, I will say this. Watch the post-credit scene. Watch the post-credit scene, because let's just say they are already in production of making a second Mario movie. Just watch the post-credit scene. That is all I'm going to say. But anyways, this is just a quick review of the Mario movie and what I think of it. And also, fuck what Rotten Tomatoes has to say. And Disney's going down the shithole. Because Disney can't come up with an original good idea. I know it's not original, but this is an original idea based off of a concept. And I love it so much. It's absolutely beautiful. They don't even... Disney doesn't even try anymore. They just slap different race actors over their original characters and call it a movie. It's not a movie. It's a cash grab. So yeah, with that being said, guys, that's my review of the Mario movie. If I were to recommend going and seeing it, yeah, I'd recommend going, especially if you grew up with Nintendo and Mario. That would be absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, y'all, I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in every single day. Apologies for my stuffy-ass voice. I am still sick. I'm just trying to shake this. Sitting down only makes me more stuffy. I'm going to try to get that done with and fixed. So with that being said, y'all, I love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in every single day. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. PokeTom is out. Stay awesome, guys.